Hey guys, a lot to talk about today. Already, you can see we're up 7%, but again, these gains are kind of limited based off how much I have in here. Like, I was getting around this much, but it was only going to like 0.3% versus the how $16 makes my account move 5% in this sense. Crazy green day today. As you can see, nothing is red in these leaps or anything. Everything is green, which is good. I mean, Astra took off. This is because of the news that ASTR will actually be launching. Astra news is actually going to be launching August 27th, and it's going to be um, an orbital launch with the state. Well, what's it called? With the government. The government's partnering with them, and they were chosen over like SpaceX because and Rocket Lab because of their it's a much like it's a lower cost versus these two competitors, which very bullish. And this could be the same thing as what happened at Virgin Galactic, where when they launched, uh, it was like up here, and then after the launch, they sold the news. So buy the rumor, sell the news. So that could be happening here, but Astra is doing monthly launches, so it can go. It could probably just you could just see like a up down up down up down. So but I have this three debit spreads until February 18th, 2022, and this was down a lot, but uh, now it's not as much. But debit spreads, they fluctuate really weirdly. Kind of needs to stay consistently at a price for a while for it to actually increase long term. So like as right now, it says I'm like up 0, and the main difference was that this DraftKings that was down $30 yesterday, just because of options like volatility, is now up again. So which were plus 20, plus 14 around there, so it's solid. Someone in the comments mentioned uh, that I should talk about SAVA or Cassava Sciences, and they are actually a very good company that has increased about 3,000% in this past year, 4,000 at the peak, and basically their mission is to detect and treat Alzheimer's disease, and they're actually doing a really good job of it because you can see in these reports that one of their drugs, simufilum, uh, significantly improved biomarkers in Alzheimer's patients treated for 6 months. Robust improvements seen in all measured biomarkers of disease, neurodegeneration, and neuroinflammation. So, if you want to read more about this, you can like click right there and just read all of what changed. And if you're really into all this stuff and understand it, um, then you can actually do your own analysis and figure out how effective this actually is. I'm sure they tell you, but in your own sense versus any other competitors. And today it's on a nice big 15% run after a decent dip from like about 120, 140 on July 28th. So good one to keep an eye on. I can see it going much higher in the future. It only has 3 billion market cap for a company that could potentially have some sort of cure or delay in degeneracy of Alzheimer's. Yeah, 3.7 billion is not even close to the market cap that these drugs can actually provide to humanity. So that's a very good one to keep an eye on. So that's why it's at the top of my list. Right here, DraftKings up 4%, solid. So let's look at my Webull, where I bought all these stocks today. About $3,075 of market value right now. I have 2,200 incoming, but right now only 1,081 settled. Well, 1,000 settled. And today you can see I'm up 7.6%, $182. I actually sold my Astra calls when they went even. So they went right back even, and I'm like, you know what? I can use that money to buy something that's a little bit less volatile and probably will give me better returns in the very, very, very long term. So, especially in a Roth IRA account, it's always good to have that. So, I kind of went heavy into. Let's look at the market value. I bought a share of Tesla. Gotta have a share of Tesla. And then I bought SPXL, which is like a triple leveraged um, index that follows the S&P 500. Then I bought 2 shares of Teladoc, which is one of the best health stocks in my opinion. Kathy Woods, the manager of ARK, really loves this stock, and it's like, I believe it's in the top. Let's go to ARK funds. We can look at ARK, top 10 holdings. Yeah, in their most valued ETF, it holds 5.71% of the weight. So that in itself is indication to give it a look. And if you look at TDoc, market just closed, by the way, 402. You can see it like peaked at 283. So right now it's a crazy discount. It's going pretty steady here, so I feel like it's a good median average price to buy in. Yeah, so just gonna hold this long term. Hopefully we'll find. I mean, I don't think it'll ever peak this high at the end of this year, but over time it should go to around like 250s at least, with a 23 billion market cap. Like if you look at this market cap with 23 billion versus Sava, which only has 3.7, that's like an easy 6x that this could do. So this could easily hit 600 if it gets even close to as much recognition as Teladoc. So that's an important thing when looking at stocks. You really want to look at the market cap, because that really determines how much growth it has left. Like Apple, I mean, everyone knows Apple, but look at their market cap, 2.44 trillion. Like that's just ridiculous. It's there's not much. You don't see Apple gonna like. It's not gonna double like soon, or it's like 10x in any capacity. I mean, it will eventually because Apple's leaning in innovation and technology. But if you look at Tesla, you can see how much growth it has left at 711. So it's gonna hit 1 trillion. So that means it can get about 30% more gain versus where it is right now. So it could hit $1,000 per share, and it'll be about at 1 trillion market cap. And Tesla does have a share of, I mean, a decent amount of Bitcoin. So holding Tesla not only gives you exposure to cryptocurrency movements, but also you could just follow Tesla's growth by holding it as well. So one of the main ones I want to actually talk about today is this right here, SRNG, Soaring Eagle. And Soaring Eagle is, let's see. So there's this site called Lucid Tracking, and what it does is basically it shows you what ARK Invest actually buys every day. And you can see right here on the top of the list, Soaring Eagle, they recently started acquiring it, and today they actually bought 41 million shares worth, so about 0.5 weight, 0.5% of the ARKG ETF. So this in itself is very bullish, meaning that eventually they're going to start buying more and more and more. Right now it's just a SPAC. Soaring Eagle, yeah. Right now it's just a SPAC, which is like a blank check acquisition company where it just merges with a private company to get it public versus like filing their own IPO and stuff. SPACs are very big in the past year, but they're starting to die out. So you can see like initial price is $10 and then it's at $9.96. So ASTR also did the same thing, and there's a lot of hype with SPACs. Like you can see here, it's just flat. This is when it was Holicity, which is the SPAC name, and then as soon as the news came that it was merging with Astra, it like pumped all the way up to $21. So if people know that it's going to merge, it's a good price. You get it baseline $10. So no matter how much how much the value of the company is worth, you can start off by getting it at $10 if you're just a little bit early. It's like getting pre-IPO access to it. So Soaring Eagle, SRNG. So if you want to look up who they merge with, SRNG merger, who they're going to be merging with is, let's see, Ginkgo. So all you gotta do is just look up Ginkgo Bioworks, and then we take a look at their website. So what they basically do is they're working with the CRISPR technology, where they allow you to genetically like modify DNA just by filling out like a form, and then they do it themselves. So it's kind of like cutting edge technology and stay-at-home type integration. So I mean, just looking at the website itself, because I'm like a computer science major, I'm in the technology field. Just looking at it, it's a very clean website. So you can see that they actually put a lot of thought and stuff into everything they do. Unlocking new potential with cannabinoids. So they also have exposure to the cannabis industry, which is also great with the upcoming legalization. They have biology, robots, and software. So it's like kind of like an all-in-one type company. It's very good. That's why I'm just gonna load up. Hopefully, I'm gonna aim to get 100 shares. I don't know exactly when the merger is. I need to look that up, but that'll probably be my next few purchases with the money I have in here. I might even sell off a few of these, because I want to go early on. When you start with your investing journey, you want to start off with very high value stocks, because dividends aren't going to give you much and you get taxed on it. But if any appreciation happens when you're holding a stock, you don't get taxed on that until you sell. But if you get paid out the dividend, you have to pay a portion of that dividend already as soon as you get it. So if you get paid $4 and your tax bracket's like 30%, boom, you already lost 30% of $4. I can't do it. I don't know why I chose $4. Can't do it off the top of my head. If you get like $3 and like 50 cents or something like that, probably less. But yeah, so it's best to have high value stocks, and then once you have a lot of appreciation and a very high portfolio value, then you can like start transitioning those stocks, selling them off, putting some of the tax money, like the money to pay for taxes, away, and then storing that into dividend stocks that'll actually give you worthwhile dividends. That'll help rapidly increase your portfolio size with DRIP, or dividend reinvesting. So yeah, Soaring Eagle is what I'm looking into the most. I want to actually see when they're merging. They announced their agreement the 11th. Transaction expected to close third quarter 2021. So they're offering 150 million shares for $10 each. That's pretty good, because the way to calculate how much the price of a share actually is worth is, we pull up a calculator right here. So what you want to do is they have the 150 million shares, right? And what you want to do is you want to take, let's say they put in $1 billion. $1 billion divided by the 150 million. Then a share would only be worth $6. But since shares are $10 each, you immediately start off with a $1.5 billion valuation. And then just based off price appreciation, so let's say it gets equal to, right now it's at 2.15 billion market cap, so that's pretty stupid for me to just do 1 billion. But let's say it gets close to Saba with a 3.7 billion. So you could basically just take a ratio of what it is now to whatever you think it's going to be, and then multiply that by the price. So with Saba 3.7 versus the 2.15, let's go 3.17 0.15 equals, we want to do times. Then we do times $10, and then it'll be worth $14.74 if it's gets $1 billion more, or if it gets the same of market cap as Saba. So that's a quick way to see how much a potential that a company's worth. So if you're able to like look in the books and do some fundamental analysis and figure out what the actual valuation should be for each stock, you have a very clear insight in the long-term growth and what the multiplier of the stock's current price could be. So right here, this would be 47% increase. Again, like it's ridiculous. Just getting it at $10, or I got it at $9.94, and just having this much possibility to increase is quite fun to imagine what can happen. But yeah, other than that, golden bulls, it's just chilling, and I think the price of golden bulls actually pumped because ROI went down, but my daily production went up, so that means the price went up. Golden eggs about $30 in there, so let's see. If you sell one, yeah, it's 183 Tron. I think the value of Tron went up because coins are going up like crazy right now. Like ADA's up. Man, I've been logged out. All right, that's okay. ADA's up to like almost 140 now. Ethereum had its hard fork, the London hard fork today, which is usually when news like that happens, it just sells off. So people were probably expecting it to sell off, but it looked like it was a bear trap, and now it's just shooting up even more. So Bitcoin pulled back, bounced off some sort of support right there. I'm sure if we like tinker with these EMAs or SMAs or something, we could figure out exactly what caused this support. But all I care about is that you see these 3 wicks right here. That's a solid support now, and I think the bull run's continuing. It's above the EMA, it's bullish, and we're going far now. I mean, Strikecoin like peaked just now at 1 cent, so now I'm at $4,300 versus yesterday I was at like 3,600. Well, now I'm at 4,000. But yeah, it's good times for crypto now. So during that bear market, if you DCA'd, you're just making yourself a lot richer once these start going even higher than the previous highs. Easy 100%, 200%, 500%, 10,000% gains. Yep. So that's all I have for you today. Please leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.